Hey guys, Q here. Today we're playing a little Minecraft on the VintageCraft server. I thought since this is my first video, I'd do a little walkthrough, kind of show you guys what I've been up to before we get into a bunch of building. So let's get into it. This here is my my nether tunnel. As we go to the nether portal, you can kind of see it. It kind of takes you from this world into the next. It kind of starts in the same way. So once we get through here, you can see it's basically a transition to the same tunnel. And as we go to the portal, you can see my base. So this whole thing kind of started as like a medieval type village that we'll get a little better view from up here, I guess. You can kind of see my little watchtower thing going on here. Kind of hard to get around to, I guess, if you need to. So my whole season started basically on this boat, which we'll get into first. And then it transitioned over here. Kind of got a bunch of building going on. Currently, I'm expanding an island way out over there, you can see. And so we'll walk through and we'll get through all this, and I'll show you guys kind of what to expect for the rest of the season and what we're working on. Alright, so here's the inside of the boat. Basically, it was a pretty quick start. Just this is my AFK fishing spot. This is just basic how I had my storage initially. Nothing major. You can see I kind of had my bedroom here, my first diamond, then the Scrooge McDuck #1 dime. And a little decoration. Basically, it was just a home away from home. You can see there's nothing down here besides a little bit of odd storage. My first quick smelter. Pretty basic build. It's actually not even complete yet. As you can see, like, we've only got one set of these done. Haven't finished this mast yet. Here's a better look at this tower. The tower was basically just kind of a nice little lookout. This island here is about, I'd say 80%, maybe 70% custom built. The andesite at the bottom here kind of makes it look like the waves splashing up and kind of wearing the rock out, which is kind of cool. You can see I'll do that kind of this whole way around the island eventually. And a lot of this is more for show than anything else. You can see here, just a little waterway, little canal. Kind of runs off that way. No real purpose other than look. Kind of the same with all the buildings. They're pretty much just for fun, like just for look. I don't really have any need. I mean, obviously I sleep in this bed once in a while. There's no, no storage or nothing like that. If we go up here, you can see these two buildings are relatively new. Same with this one over here. You can see there's not a whole lot being built yet. This is taking a long time. It's a big process, but it's a lot of fun. These buildings are completely empty still. I'm actually looking for somebody on the server right now to volunteer to come and fill them. The interior design is just not really my thing. And I figured it'd be kind of nice to have someone else put a little input in these, kind of make them a little different as we go. So right now they're very empty, very basic. So this building is kind of my new current home. Again, there's not a whole lot of interior design done. I'd like someone to come through again. This is the bedroom, kind of hidden little area that I can sleep when the phantoms are after me and whatnot, which will probably be here shortly. This little island over here, I would like to build another one of those watchtowers on it, but without completing it. I was thinking, put like halfway up, put like a what do you call it, like a crane on the top, kind of in the process of being completed. So that's kind of something cool we might do in the near future here. We'll go through the garage here. This is basically just the storage. This was the start of a storage room, storage platform. As you can see, kind of just everything kind of built around the same theme, kind of, little function. Again, here's the vines. We'll cut those in a bit. So this is where I had a bunch of storage at one time. These were all full of chests, but since then we've moved on. Before I get into the actual storage, I guess we'll go over here and show you guys where I used to do a lot of wool farming. So this is the basic windmill. Not a whole lot going on with it. For a long time there, this was the bed I was using. A little bit of extra storage. That's kind of where we keep all the wheat stuff. anything related to farming or whatever is kind of in these chests. So we had a bunch of sheep. This was full of sheep at one time. Basically what I did is had some shears. I'll just show you quickly it still works. We turn this on, which activates some redstone underneath. And, do some shearing. And basically all the wool would come up through here. It comes up underneath and through some droppers that come up. Picks up, as you can see, there's some coming in now. Takes a few minutes, kind of more or less just for fun than anything. Okay, so before we go to the shopping district, let's look at the rest of our storage that we've got going on here underneath our base. Down here, we have kind of our main base storage area. You can see this here goes out, and you can get in through the portals in that waterfall there. You can come in through here, wherever you need to. Kind of easy access to get in here. Basically, most of these chests are relatively empty now. These were our storage at one time, and I'm slowly moving these down into a different area. So you can see a lot of the stuff is actually empty right now. We've done most of this into shulkers that we can carry with us at all times. Speaking of that, I can put these in here for now. I'll show you where those came in a few minutes. Where those came from in a few minutes. So this is my kelp farm. Basically, as the kelp grows, there's observers that activate pistons, which knock it down. Not very big. It's just enough that it maintains what we need for, and basically all it is for personal smelting. So anyways, they get knocked down here, they fall, go into this water stream. The stream goes this way, up, and in behind. I'll show you that in just a sec. So there's 11 furnaces here, which is obviously not optimal, but I'll explain why I did this in a little bit. This here, when this light is off, these furnaces lock so that I can take items out of here for XP if I want them. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff smelted right now. And more over here. This chest, I put the dried kelp blocks in. Hit this switch, activates the card behind, which distributes the fuel into these. So let's check out this redstone real quick. So back here is a bunch of redstone. This is where it locks those hoppers. And this redstone, it's it's a Cubman design, I believe is where I got it from. He has it set so the items come in. They go into this chest, which then goes into here. It's kind of just a buffer, so that if I throw a bunch of items in to be smelted or something, they can sit here, go in, and then get distributed. This basically will go once there is, it ends up being 20 items in all of the furnaces except for, I think, 5 of them. And it's a little bit of a loss, but the reason I did that is because if I throw, like, well, you can see here, I threw in 37 cobblestone, 38 cobblestone. And if I had this set to be full stacks, this would never leave then. It would sit here forever. But because I have this on a comparator that it isn't quite full, this is the number that it worked out to be to get those numbers where I wanted them. I can throw stuff in here that it'll sit for a bit, obviously, because this isn't full to the number it needs to be. But once the kelp comes through, this will go around, distribute, and it'll smelt. The way to enter items into this to be smelted is right through here. So if I go and I'll grab a more cobblestone since there's already cobble in there. If I have any, it's mossy. Let's just take these 3. And if I go here, let's see if I can just, if I throw it, you can see it goes up. And you can see that light goes on. That means they're being filtered in. Just so I know if something gets stuck. Also, while we're back here, I guess I can show you guys the where the beacon is. This is just a temporary spot for it. You can see the beacon is full diamond. Our shop has done incredibly well, and we are making some stacks. Alright, so then if we go down, you can see if I go down to the bottom here, this is where I'm moving all the storage to. It's just a new area I've dug out. And you can see that we're under the water a decent ways. I think we're down, we're down quite a few blocks under 64 now. A little redstone testing I was doing. You can see this is our bulk storage. If I open this up, you can see access to all the different things. So the idea here was, you know, I need a shulker of stone. Break this, take it out, put a new shulker in. It'll funnel down, and then I've always got full shulkers. So if I ever need to take them anywhere, you know, need them for building or whatever, I've always got a full shulker. Basically, how this works, kind of the same idea as, I'm sure this is pretty obvious to most people. If I go over here, I'm going to put this in here to be filtered. The dropper takes it, sends it up. It goes across a bunch of locked hoppers at the top and filters down if it needs to. And you can see the items that are filtered. Basically, what I've been using this for, the reason there's so many hoppers here, is I can put, you know, 5 shulkers here that are full of nonsense, and they get sorted. Because eventually this will be a full sorting room, and we'll actually make it usable. Alright guys, we're here in the shopping district. This here is Vintage Beef Shop. I wanted to just show you guys, before we go to our shop, which is over this way, I wanted to just show you guys some building that we did over here that's just about finished. But first, so Vengeance has been working on some pathway over here and doing a lot of decoration and fixing up the shopping district. And Modern Relic has been doing some reef work over here, making this place look really awesome. So one day I was talking about it, we wanted to do a mailroom type thing. And I figured, you know, what's the best place to put this? So I figured, you know what? Let's do it under the lake. So I kind of have, I've actually already filmed some down here, but I actually lost the footage. It did not record. But anyways, we're going to go through and show this one more time. So we go down here, and basically we're in the underwater ruin of the lake. So the reason I mentioned Vengeance and Modern is Vengeance is going to create an underwater ruin up here as the entrance to this place when she's got some time. And Modern has agreed that he's going to do some coral reef and some aquarium type things in these. As you can see, they are full of water. That was kind of a pain to do, but they're all full of water, ready for him to go when he's got a few minutes. So these are all done with redstone. Obviously, you put something in there, lights up, and people can tell they have mail. So we haven't told everybody this is open quite yet. I was trying to do this video first, and then, you know, we're going to do that now. Actually, I'll probably Discord, let everybody know, hey, you know, if you want a mailbox, this is the place to do it. But I wanted to show you guys the build. Obviously, it's similar to the other builds I've been doing, but it's pretty cool under here. And if we do the underwater ruin, it'll look really awesome, I think. So this is my shop here. You see it just, again, little decoration around. You know, nothing, not really custom trees again, same as I did before. You can always tell they're mine because I always put lights in the trees. I did the same over here. When I did this little pond, you can always tell there's something I've done because I always put lights inside trees and bushes. I don't know why, it's just a habit, but it always lights things up really nice. So inside my shop, pretty basic shop. You got tridents, inks, and dyes. It's what I'm selling right now. You can see, oh yeah, more diamonds. What up? Basically, we're selling, you know, ink. Some of the times this sells shulkers at a time. Sometimes it doesn't sell for a few days. Dyes and stuff, they're not really anything, it's just more or less filler. Same with podzol, lapis, whatever. I've sold a bunch of conduits lately. I think I've sold 5 of these lately, which are kind of nice to sell. You know, I don't really care if I do or not. I think I have 3 for myself, so I don't really need them. Hard to see, I have lots. When I'm trident hunting and farming for ink, you know, the easiest thing to do is just go treasure hunting. The diamonds you get from that are pretty awesome. Because our farm in the resource world did not work well. We'll go through that eventually. Probably in the next resource world where we will build a new one. Obviously better that functions properly so I can actually get better drop rates. See here we got a couple orders for more, so one of these days I'm going to have to go sit there and farm for more. But until then, I think that's all, guys. So if you like the video, feel free to hit the like button. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. I got a whole bunch more content coming shortly. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.